Alright guys, Leon here, back with more Far Cry. 5 is the next day. It's technically past midnight, but whatever. It is 12:47, so again, this might be another situation where I only do one episode. We'll see. We're gonna do this mission. That should be somewhere around here. So behind me, there should be a... Yeah, listen to RGP. Really haven't listened to much of it, and I probably won't finish it, listening to it tonight, but whatever. Yeah, it's really late. I did get home a bit early today, actually. There it is. I was supposed to not get home until like 11:45 or 10:45 or so, but I actually ended up getting home around 10. So this morning I was able to, before work, I was able to get all the prep for, I was able to finish the prep for the Big Brother 22 review up until this point. Finally caught up on that. And then tonight I started prep on the A&W review, which mostly comprised of making the thumbnail, getting the images for each episode, which, by the way, took me forever to make a thumbnail. Probably way too long for what it was worth. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the poster and that, because like what I did with my last thumbnail for last season of A&W was got the poster for 2019, A&W 2019, and just used that as like the backdrop of the thumbnail. And I tried to do this, and like the thing that's funny about A&W 20, or A&W 2020, is that like the poster's the same. Like it's literally the same poster. At least there's two posters for this season. One of them is the exact same fucking poster. That's Jesse Graff, and the same one I used last time. Okay, cool. Of course I get an ad. Whatever. Where's this? Ah, fuck. Ah, fuck. Fuck. Probably not dodge button in this game. Oh no. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. Did I just waste the fucking medkit? I didn't mean to do that, if that's what I just did. Oh no, I didn't. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, so I did that. Outside that obviously worked most of the day. However, my Redefining the Tribes video came out for Survivor, Winners at War. Again, this is the first in that series. I've already recorded the entire series. But I recorded the series kind of thinking of these as kind of like filler-ish videos. Like, they were going to be Saturday videos, but definitely like Saturday videos that I wasn't expecting to do nearly as well as things like my Dreamcasting series or my Survivor What If series. Like, this was definitely the series that I started in this batch that I thought was going to do the worst. Turns out I'm wrong. It performed very well. Like, it's my #1 video, my last 10, which includes the start to both of those other series I talked about. This, like, it's doing like. Wait, let's look this up right now.
Hey, if you want to keep
How it's doing right now.
Win something.
You got a great point there. Like,
Yeah, it is
I mean, it is
700 views ahead of my Dreamcasting Survival Legends video, and it is 550 views ahead of my Survivor What If Fallen 2s and Fallen 3s video. So it's like, it's doing very well. It's at 4.9 thousand views after 12 hours. Subscriber growth was pretty good today as well. I think I got around 30 subscribers. Like the video is a success, and I really don't know why. I really don't. Like, this is just such a fucking random video that I just decided to decided to do for really no real reason. I mean, like, obviously there's reason, but like, it was just like a fun little topic that was like, okay, this could be like just an easy video to put together, because these are like extremely easy videos to put together. Like, quite possibly the easiest video I've had to put together in recent history.
Same thing with Danny. Same thing from last week. It's like, why would I let you add weapons against him?
Yeah. So you would have Kevin, Danny, three votes to pick.
How is it not dead?
Tyler are not going to be as on board. Now, Tyler has no hint yet that this could be coming, and he has not been doing much work. I don't know for sure what Tyler would do in this spot, if he would willingly let Christmas go, or if he would fight hard to try to keep her, even when it seems like it might be a losing battle. Memphis, however, has already started to campaign to keep Christmas on the off chance that the veto is won by Kevin and Christmas goes on the block. Memphis is kind of intuited that in that scenario, people might want David to stay over Christmas, and he's relying on Enzo to make sure that they have the votes to keep Christmas, Enzo being the main person pushing for the Christmas back door. So this is going to be a little bit complicated, because Enzo will have to burn his spot with Memphis in the Wise Guys Alliance, at least one of them, in order to vote Christmas out. Enzo has already suggested maybe I blame the flip on Tyler, but it's gonna be tricky regardless, and I'm really not sure what will happen if Christmas lands on the block and how things might shift because of it. Cody was mentioning that they're talking about going into this potential double, or at least next week, and talking about what people might do, but he understands that if they make this move on Christmas, everything might shake up and people might be going after different people because of how it shakes up. So there's a lot of complications here, Shanta.
There's lots.
Well, I think though, if Memphis really fights hard to keep Christmas, I think that actually might blow up his own game. To see that he's willing to not be working with the committee. I know she's for the committee, but like,
it was fine.
not willing to let her
was fine.
go.
Pretty slow at the end. That's kind of why I was able to get out early.
Especially since Tyler,
What the fuck is going on?
and who's the other person I'm forgetting right now, Cody, are working together. So I think
no,
it might be
let me
better
fucking talk
for
to him.
Memphis just to like maybe plant the seeds now, but if it becomes an actuality, to let
there's
it go.
just like
I don't
listening.
think we
Yeah,
should fight her
that's what's
forever.
kind of lost Danny and Nicole to the rest of the committee, was pushing too hard for something. It's just like, this is what's happening, so let it go. Like, because you don't want us to think that you're not on board for what we're doing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, something I didn't realize until yesterday is, until after I finished recording this, I forgot that this is actually not a mission that benefits this storyline. This is one of those, this is the start of this area. So essentially, we've actually already done almost every mission in this area, which is not a good sign, considering we still have, what, 4,900, resistance points to get?
That really puts Memphis
whatever.
in a much worse position for his end game, and I have to imagine that he's going to fight back pretty hard.
Those are driving missions, right?
Because if this happens, I think he'll have to reconsider his whole end game. He can't just fall back on like, okay, well, I guess now my only final three is with Cody and Enzo. I'm just forced me into a spot here with Christmas. I have a feeling that Memphis will start to reach out to other people, especially if Tyler is also very wanting to keep Christmas. I feel like there's a chance that Memphis and Tyler might link up via their shared bond of trying to keep Christmas around, and that might be a position forward for the two of them.
Actually, I realized I'm an idiot. I meant
it
to.
could get very messy.
Well, no, at least there's
Yeah,
nothing
but
there.
like if he goes with Tyler, like who else do they have? They don't have anyone
No,
else.
there's a-
Like they might have,
Alright.
you know, Kevin and David, but they're still tenuous. Like they still have Cody for David and Kevin. They might be able to pick up Kevin, but who knows? They might not have any weapons left. They might rely on having to win those HOHs.
I think what they would probably do if I'm Memphis, right? I'm feeling very
Wrap up.
grumpy.
Yeah.
Feeling very. My back is very straight. Don't want to injure it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
No,
It doesn't even matter. All right. I'm thinking
fuck
that
off.
if I'm pushing to keep Christmas and it seems like it's not going to happen, I'm going to pretend to give in because I know I'm not going to win, and I'm going to secretly make something with Tyler where I say, look, these guys have made a final three with me, blah blah blah, but now they're forcing Christmas out because they're trying to force me into a position. You're basically all I have left. I know you were working with Christmas. I think we're all each other have at this point. We should both continue to pretend to work with Cody and Enzo, but we should still try to push them.
That video's doing very well, and it kind of made me reassess how I'm approaching my schedule on my other channel moving forward. Though I think I'm gonna keep the same for now.
Because we need to do something. That would be my.
But we'll see.
If I'm Memphis and I'm pushed into that corner,
Again,
that's gonna
I
be
mean,
my
both the
response.
the what if video surpassed expectations on its own. Like the thing is, the dream casting video like matched expectations. Oh fuck! What? Did I really just get run over and that's how I died? The dream casting video pretty much met expectations. The Spyro What If video like slightly succeeded expectations, and this Redefining Tribes video is far away like surpassing expectations. I was expecting half of what it's currently doing. Like I really didn't expect it to do that. Because at the pace that's going, like it's going to easily reach 10,000 views.
Where they tell Memphis, yeah, if it goes to a tie, I'll obviously break the tie to keep Christmas, so don't worry about it. But, because it probably will go to a tie. Danny, Nicole, and Kevin will all vote to keep David, but don't worry, it goes to a tie. I'm going to break the tie in Christmas's favor. And then, Enzo votes the other way, and Enzo goes, oh my god, Tyler screwed us. Tyler screwed us. He's working. Obviously, I would never betray the wise guys, yo. That's it. It's got to be Tyler. And you just kind of keep that, layer of confusion. It kind of prevents. It gives them just a little bit of doubt is enough to prevent people usually from moving forward with confidence into a new position because they're like, where do I go from here? Do I believe?
Yeah, I mean, I think
and if
that's
they're
pretty
concentrating
much
on like,
it.
do I believe Enzo?
In
Do I
terms of
believe
updates.
Tyler? Then
Yeah,
they're not
what the
thinking
fuck is
about
going
what's my
on?
next move.
Oh wait, I forgot. We need to
So-
save hostages and stuff
I
again,
mean,
don't we?
Enzo has already kind of hinted toward that plan, so it is possible that we see it. Assuming again, we're talking about this like.
Oh, is he dead?
scenario where Kevin wins the veto.
Oh
I
well.
would love that. I mean, if the same thing happened in Memphis happened,
I forgot about that.
I'd just be
We're
sitting at home,
we
oh
have
my
the
God,
save
this is-
hostages again. That's the mission that we're doing.
That's right. How's it feel?
I'm so mixed on this game. Because like right now, like I like the basic gameplay.
Win the veto, I think we're in for a
I
very
don't
straightforward
mind
week, that Kevin will just straight up be going home.
the gameplay loop. But
this is what
I don't
we've got to talk about
love
at this point.
how
Yeah.
because of this
It'll go up on the blog. I still feel like there's a chance
Alright,
that
how's it
Christmas
going?
might go, especially if she handles it poorly. This is a week about, like, Cody is in a position where he doesn't have to send anyone home. So it's all about, who is most beneficial for him to send home in the moment. And that opens the door for somebody like Christmas to screw up and say the wrong thing to Nicole or say the wrong thing to Cody, and get into an altercation with Cody like Kevin.
Okay.
Maybe a worse one. And that could
Well, this is
easily
obviously
convince
going
Cody that
fantastically.
Christmas needs to go, and he could try to make some
fuck?
kind of deal with Kevin that includes David and say, look, I'm taking the shot now. I'm ready to send Christmas out the door. I'm ready to break up this group. I need your backup to help me do it.
They're not me using that shit.
Memphis is gonna be pissed. Tyler's gonna be pissed. Like, this is the moment you've been waiting for. I could see that happening. I do think it's a little bit less likely to happen given the current tension between Cody and Kevin, but I still feel like it is a possibility at the very least.
Like, Danny's gonna be in there, like, real quick.
Hey, something else I did today, for the first time in 6 years, I changed my phone wallpaper.
Potentially nominated
and I also changed my laptop.
Poorly. I mean, you know, if it's going to be a major possibility, you would think that you'd be trying to work with them so you're not the target and not saying
like,
things
what I had
that
on my
make them
phone
angry
is
or
this.
saying things that make them like.
Wait, that was an amazing
I'll just make
checkpoint.
sure I'm sitting up next to somebody at the end that you'll have to
On my
make fun
phone,
of. So,
I've had for the last 6 years. Because this is like, even when I got a new phone, obviously it transferred over like my shit from my old phone, and through that also the background. So essentially, 6 years. I've had the background of Shay. This picture of Shay Cormack from AC Rogue. And like, I never changed it, not because like I gave a shit about Shay, but because I really like the color distribution on the screen and everything from that image. And
in previous weeks, and maybe gotten away
yeah,
with it.
so like what made me decide to change it was that today was Last of Us whatever day, which by the way, kind of disappointed no factions was announced today. Not that I would play it anyway, but I really thought it was coming today. I thought like we would at least get news of like, okay, this is what's called, it's coming. Like, obviously, like, I don't think it's coming this year or anything, or anytime really that soon. But I really did thought it was coming.
In fact, it usually just gets the person
or I thought the announcement was coming.
Because to me, or I will retaliate against you in a way that kind of goes against the quote-unquote spirit of the game, and people are like, like what, like, because you have to look at it from the perspective of the person being threatened. Like, okay, what am I supposed to do then? Like,
so I'm gonna take you to final two now. Like, that's what I have to do.
Like, okay, so I need to bring you to the final two, or I don't get your vote. Like, I know you're coming after me. I'm supposed to just not go after you and let you come after me. And what? We just don't vote for each other in the, like, where does this go? It's a closed loop. There's no out here. This is not a beneficial arrangement for either player. So I really don't think these arguments are effective in any way. And in fact, they tend to, I think, help the person get to the end, because now they say, huh, guess who's not voting for me in the end? Take me. So I really just like, advice to future players would be don't threaten your jury vote unless you're deliberately trying to put a target on people's back, in the sense that you should say, I am voting for Cody if he makes it to the final two. He's so good, so don't let him get there.
Or if like you say to Cody, like, let's say, like, hey Cody, if you make it there with Tyler, Tyler's definitely getting my vote. If I don't get there with Tyler, like, try to shift the target onto someone else using that type of strategy. Don't just say, I'm not going to vote for you. I don't care who's sitting next to you, I'm not going to vote for you.
Exactly. And I mean, that's kind of the strategy that Ian tried to implement during his campaign, where he was like, Tyler's really good at this. You're really going to let Tyler get himself out of this. Really trying to hype Tyler up. That's a better way of going about it. Ian was unfortunately in a position where, like, he didn't even realize the people he was supposed to campaign to. But that's sort of the way to go about it. Like, right now, because Kevin's saying that he's not going to vote for Cody in the final two is just giving Cody more incentive to take him out. But he's also talking to people like Enzo and Danny, and he's complaining to them about Cody and basically saying that he's screwing up his jury votes. And I get, again, he's venting to these people right now, and he really needed to vent. He's venting to Enzo, who is like,
perfect. I'll bring
awesome. Yes, I'm definitely taking Cody to the final two. And he's venting to Danny, who's like, awesome. I'm definitely taking Cody to the final two. I'm gonna trash this guy. And it's not providing incentive for them to change up their current game strategy. So that's what I'm looking for here.
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't look like the better option to stay. Like, that should be your tactic no matter what. Like, why either David or Christmas? It's going to be worse for your game if they or the state in it, and better if I do. And so I don't know why he hasn't figured out yet.
What was I talking about?
Kind of
I don't even know what I was talking about
with
anymore.
these HOHs, that you just want them to need you or want to work with you moving forward, and even if it's in some small capacity.
I think it's about him being aggressive. I think you just need to be aggressive in the right way and make the right argument aggressive. Which he hasn't been aggressive at all throughout any of the rest of the game. But I think he just got fed up with, you know, he probably looked around him every week and said, okay, Day is a much bigger target than me, you know, he is a bigger target than me.
Where's the
Whoever was a
helicopter?
bigger target than him. He looks around now, he's like, I have David next to me who's, you know, going to stay. Maybe I just need to go hard into the paint and try and change his mind.
Yeah, I think another issue with this particular strategy is that Kevin has made this threat already to other people. And Day has already now made this threat to multiple people. So it's like you can't not vote for us all. What are you gonna do?
Like, what if get rid of you all and you'll have to vote for one of us?
Exactly. Yeah.
I thought we had
so
it.
that's kind of where we're at here. Again, a lot is going to ride on this veto, but let's assume that Kevin does not win the veto. Let's assume that everything stays the same. Kevin goes home. We head into the triple eviction. Again, let's assume that that's a double-double, and what I mean by a double-double is that it's not a BB Can style triple eviction where one HOH wins and nominates 3 people, 2 of which go home. Instead, it's 2 back-to-back HOH reigns within 2 hours where somebody wins, they nominate 2 people, one of them gets sent home, somebody else wins, nominates 2 people, one of them gets sent home, end of episode. That's what I mean by a double-double. Assuming that's the case,
I'm really happy with the series.
It's a 2-hour show.
That Dividing the Tribe video did well because it's like I was really feeling bad about that series. I really thought that video was gonna bomb.
Big target. We're looking at Tyler, Enzo, Christmas, David, even Memphis could go after Danny in this spot. Basically, like 5 of the 7 competitors in the first HOH of this double-double will probably be aiming at Danny and putting either David or Nicole up next to her. So, not looking...
Super Extender extends up to 6 feet to trap and lock dust way up high.
I'm not that kind of doctor.
There's something else I noticed though, is that revenue, just in general on my YouTube channel, has been really good recently. Like CPM is pretty high, even in comparison to when it was, like even when where my channel was like back in like January and February, like it's actually not like it's doing better, right? Like in this last like couple weeks or so. Than it was even doing at the peak then. Because like now I'm making more money over these last 3 months in particular. Like I've made more money in these last 3 months that are my 3 best months ever on my YouTube channel. Revenue wise, wait, why didn't we just? Yeah, are my 3 best months ever. Revenue-wise, despite views actually being down in the at least last 2 months. Wait, what the fuck is going on? Like, do we need to equip it? Like, what is this? Fuck off. Like, why isn't it progressing this right?
Part of me wishes I'd stayed at the Carol College. Or even moved to Missoula with Cole.
Game glitch?
Not that things hadn't broken down with him, but
We're in it. Wait.
I would have escaped all this.
Nicole and Enzo vote
Then
to evict Christmas,
maybe
could
Tracy
break
and
the
Britt-
tie.
Hey, what are you
into
doing?
Christmas,
We're all
but
friends
that's
here.
a fantastic spot as the final 6, because again, now he's
Okay, let's get him done.
Tyler and Memphis, and Enzo has shown his cards, and now it's
Not that things
basically
hadn't broken
like
down with him,
Cody, Enzo,
would've escaped
Nicole,
all of this.
David versus Tyler and
then
Memphis to
maybe
some
Tracy
degree,
and
but
Virgil
David's
and
obviously
others.
going to
Yeah, it really makes me think that, like,
David should flip on Cody at that point.
I do feel like, I mean, even with the channel being as small as it is,
Enzo and David versus Tyler and Memphis in the final
if I were to get to this point, probably I would say about a year from now, and if I were to attempt to go full-time for the channel, I do think it's a somewhat, like, it's a scenario that could happen. Especially if I was able to, like, start, like, a Twitch channel or something, or, like, or a Patreon, or, like, some other way, some other source of revenue. Like, I do feel like this is something I could potentially take full-time, at some point in the future. But, obviously it's not really sustainable right now. Because, like, the thing I was thinking about is, like, I'm making this much now. 2 videos a week, doing 2 videos a week with most of the time that one video. Like,
at that spot, David might just gun for Cody there. All of a sudden, you might go for Nicole. Memphis is probably gonna go for David.
Yeah, most of the time, like, only one of those videos is, like, a video that is actually gonna do well. Like, obviously, like, I do 2 videos a week. Usually one of them is a video that I don't intend on doing well. It'll be a video game video, or, like, something like The Circle, or, like, some of these videos that didn't perform that well. But it's like, if I were to do 3 videos a week, and, like, have that other video be something that would, like, do somewhat reasonably well, like, I mean, that would increase revenue probably by, like, I don't know, like, by another, like, 15-20% per month, probably more, I don't know, but, like, it would increase revenue by a decent amount if I were to do 3 videos a week with the 3rd video, oh fuck, we started all the way back there, with the 3rd video being a video that would likely perform decently. Oh, was he actually supposed to be here? Oh, is that why it was glitched? Because, like, he was all the way over there?
They don't know who's HOH, they don't know who won veto, they don't know any of that. I thought that would be interesting.
But, I mean, like, I do feel like if I wanted to go all in, I feel like there's a path actually there to making enough money to live off of. Obviously, it wouldn't be like like glorious living. Like, it wouldn't be like I'm making like 100,000 a year or anything, or not even anywhere close to that. But it would be enough to survive on, and I would also be doing something I really enjoy. So that is something I have been thinking about recently. Especially because, like, the job hunt in terms of actually looking for a full-time job. What happened?
It would be pretty powerful to win that one.
Oh, fuck
might
off.
be a little imbalance there, but it could lead to some interesting things. They've done something similar on The Circle, where they've done, like, an anonymous influencer, who they don't have to reveal themselves as they basically eliminate a player. But it could be interesting. I think there are different ways of doing
like,
that like, it doesn't immediately come.
That's something I definitely have thought of. Because, like, if I get to the point, like, based on what current subscriber growth is, which is around, I mean, like, recently it's dropped, but even after the drop, it's still around 300 a month. Let's say I get 300 subscribers a month, which obviously, like, really, at the end of the day, what really matters is views, but, like, I just passed 6,000 subscribers today, so, let's say, like, 13 months or so to reach 10,000 subscribers is my estimate. So that would be around next October. Reach 10,000 subscribers. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
Janelle in the Pantheon, Kaser,
is this even worth doing?
in the top tier, Cody, Ian, Nicole, Franzel, and Davon in the upper tier. Danny,
oh,
Memphis,
they actually tell us where they are?
in the middle tier.
Okay.
Kevin, Christmas, and Nicole Anthony in the low tier, and then David hanging out there in the bottom tier. Any major predictions here for this week?
Maybe David moves up one notch.
Yeah, I mean, even, like, even this is something else I've thought about. Like, keeping my current part-time job, probably even reducing hours to, because, like, currently I'm working, like, around 25, 30 hours a week. If I were to reduce that to, like, 20, I think that would allow me to have enough time to comfortably do 3 videos a week. Well, I mean, I think it distributed differently though, to where I probably work only 3 days a week instead of 4.
The low tier, he barely made it, but he's there. He has escaped the bottom tier. No longer.
But if I do that, actually, how far is the episode?
He's actually been playing the game a little bit longer, and he is figuring
We are
some
30
more
minutes,
things
okay.
out. He's not
Yeah, I mean,
blindly not knowing
but
what's happening.
putting,
The
like-
fact that he doesn't know what OTEV is going to be, and he has no idea about that.
like even if I reduce it to that,
but
but what
he's
mission?
learning a little bit, and he's kind of understanding how the game is played a little bit better. So I think that's why people are respecting that a little bit more.
You know what? I think we're getting here. We're just gonna do another episode. But for now, thanks for watching.